Oh, this video is going to show you how to improve your balance in just a couple of weeks. Not only that, we're going to show you how to score your balance on your own so the results will show obvious improvement. So this system that I'm about to show you has been field tested. I personally have used it in the clinic for many years and had excellent results. All right, so first you need to assess your balance. Now this is not complicated, so just bear with me and you'll catch on very quickly. You're going to stand in the corner, not touching the wall in any manner, and then you're going to put a chair in front of you, and you'll see why in just a minute. Now, what I'm going to do, if you use a walker, that's fine. Don't use a chair, actually use your walker. Now, we're going to do it with the walker in front so you can see through. It doesn't matter what you do, you're going to actually use the handhold of the chair or the walker to catch your balance. Now, what I mean, the test goes like this. Mike is going to stand on his right leg first. Okay, now Mike can stand like this for 30 seconds. His score would be 0, which is good. The lower the score, the better. Now, most people will not be able to do that with a balance problem. They're going to lose their balance and they're going to either touch the wall, touch this foot down to the floor, or with one hand or both hands, grab the walker or the chair, and that is going to correct them so they don't fall down. So it's very safe. And then what we're going to do is every time, as soon as you get your balance back, you let go or you get back to that one-legged stance. And now I'll demonstrate, it'll just be easier that way. Okay, for the test, we're actually going to score each leg. We're going to balance on one leg, right leg, and then the left leg. Now, the way it works, you stand in the corner. We're going to use a walls for safety, and you're either going to put a chair with the backside facing the person or a walker. They're going to use that to help. Now, the first thing we're going to do is stand on the right leg. Okay, now when the person, and this will happen if you have poor balance, you're probably going to lose your balance a little bit, and that would be one loss of balance. Now get back, Mike, okay, go ahead. Now the losses of balance may be corrected by grabbing the walker or the wall on the shoulder or the elbow, or even the other leg can go down to catch your balance. As soon as you catch your balance, go back to just one-legged stance again. So we'll demonstrate this and I think it'll be very clear. Okay, a sample of the test itself. I'm going to start the timer for 30 seconds. Mike goes on right foot. One loss of balance. Corrects himself. One other one. Another. That might be another. Got on his foot. Okay, so for 30 seconds, you're going to count each loss of balance. Each, doesn't matter if it's a foot, shoulder, or hand, you count it as one, and then you just mark it off on a piece of paper or keep it track in your head. After the 30 seconds, all those are added up, and that's the score for the right foot. You do the exact same thing for the left foot, and like I said, typically they're not the same. Write them down on a piece of paper. We'll put that on screen, and now we'll show you the exercises. Okay, so after you get your score for the right leg and the left leg, we've had two simple exercises you need to do for a week. The first one is simply the exact same thing as what we tested. You're going to stand on your right leg as long as you can. Make sure you have something safe. You can do it in the corner just like we just did. You can do it at the kitchen counter, whatever you want to feel safe with. Make sure you practice on both legs. The second exercise, you're going to have, if you have a walker, you're going to hold on to that, a walking stick, a wall, and what we're going to do is just go up on your toes as high as you can, and then back, rock up on the heels. Okay, make sure you have something steady to hold yourself, because when you go backwards, that would be a good time for losing your balance. We do not want that for sure. Do these 10 to 15 repetitions. You might find your ankles are so weak, you're going to have a hard time getting up on those toes or this way. Do the best you can. These muscles will strengthen, which is going to help your balance. Now, after you do that 2 times a day, up to 3 times a day, then at the end of week 1, you're going to retest. Okay, so you've done your exercises for a week. It's time to retest. Now let's look at the test numbers. On the right leg, it was 6. After a week, we're down to 5. That's good improvement. Now look at the left. It was at 12. That's the weak leg. It improved to an 8. Big jump there. So the left leg is catching up to the right, and that's what we want, is some symmetry between legs.
After retesting, beginning of week 2, you're going to continue with the single leg balance exercise we showed in week 1, as well as doing the heel and toe raises like we already demonstrated. Now, the next exercise to add, Brad likes to call Ziggys Eggies. I don't know their real names. So,
well, this is for strengthening the smaller ankles and the side of your ankles, and it's very effective.
So I'm pretending this is a countertop. I'm holding onto it for balance. And what I'm going to do is bring both my toes in one direction, and then I'm going to flip my heels over into that same direction. So we're doing a Ziggys Eggies. You want to make sure to perform these going both directions. And Brad, is it better to do these in shoes or socks?
That's an excellent question. Better to do them with shoes on. You can do it on a carpet or on a smooth floor. It's going to determine how much resistance you have in your ankles, so do it with whichever works best for you. It's much more difficult than it looks, and it's really good for exercise or balance in the sideways directions, if you will.
And you can just go down and back your countertop 3 times and do it a couple times a day.
That's right. Okay, now after week 2, you've done the exercises of the single leg balance, the up and down, and the famous Ziggys Eggies. Retest. Now let's look at the numbers. On the right side, it's come down from a 5 to a 3. On the left, look at this, from an 8 to a 4. Things are getting better, and they're equalizing right side to left side. That's good. Now, it may happen when you get to this point, you may not make this kind of progress. That's okay. You continue to work the exercises and retest the next week. Your balance will get better, but you must do them daily. You can take one day off if things are getting tired. Consistency, as we all know, is important for progress. Okay, so we finished 2 weeks. We're going into week 3. Now, assuming your progress is going well, we're going to go into the advanced mode. If your progress is not good enough, that's okay. Just continue with what we're doing, like I just mentioned. Now, with the progress, the advanced mode is you're going to go into the corner, and we're just going to simply single leg balance exercise, but we're going to add a cushion. Like this came off of, what do they call, the ottoman. Little 2 to 3 inch cushion. Take off your furniture, put that under your foot, and we're going to stand on that. Again, you're going to have a chair in front of you to hold, or a walker, and then simply stand there. Now the cushion is going to make your ankle muscles and the proprioception, that's your balance in your mind, the neurology of it, and that's going to really challenge things. It's harder, isn't it, Mike?
Yes.
Now if you happen to have, now this is what therapists use, a cushion like this is a Pete's Choice, and it just works better than one of those, but you don't have to purchase one by any means. But now when we look at it, look at a close-up of how the ankle muscles are working back and forth, and it really fatigues the ankles, good for strengthening balance, just like I mentioned. 30 seconds each foot, 2 to 3 times, and twice daily. Okay, after the last week, we're doing the advanced mode. You made it to 0 and 0 losses of balance. Congratulations, your balance has made great improvement. Now, don't get upset if you did not make that kind of progress. It's not uncommon. You may have to go another week or 2. Now, what you're going to do for maintenance is after you get to a plateau, you're going to continue doing these exercises. You don't have to do them so formal. A little trick, if you feel comfortable, while you're brushing your teeth, you can try to balance on one foot so you can get your exercises done while you're doing something else. My sister-in-law, she puts the microwave on 30 seconds to heat up her food. She has a Pete's Choice on the floor, and she stands on there while she's watching her food cook in the microwave. Cool thing to do. Okay, only if you can do that. The countertop is there. It was nice and safe. So good job. Keep your balance and keep your head up tall.
If you'd like to watch more videos on how to improve your balance, we will link one down below pinned to the top comment.